Yo, what is going on, Knicks Nation? It's your boy coming to you with a brand new video. Before we get into the video, hit that sub button, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on this video. Now let's get into the video. So reports have come out recently that the New York Knicks are going to be a big potential destination for Chris Paul to look out and potentially come and sign here. So there's been reports that Chris Paul is going to decline his $44.2 million team option, go look for a bigger multi-year contract. At this moment, Chris Paul is 34 years old and is at the end of his career. Now, before this season, Chris Paul was most likely to be done and was supposed to be heading towards retirement. But he's had a little resurgence in his career with the Phoenix Suns and has shown that he still can play at a high level and is still a player that you want on your team to help you win a championship. And we are seeing it right now. It's a dream come true for Chris Paul, who has finally made the finals after being in the league for 16 years. And he's finally made the finals. And that's the thing a lot of players don't even get to do in their entire career, and Chris Paul is finally being able to do it at the age of 34. Now, Chris Paul is 34 years old, so he is at a decline and he's not going to put up the same stats that prime Chris Paul would put up. But now that Chris Paul has shown that he can still play at a high level and he can still be a closer, he put up 40 something points up against Los Angeles Clippers and he didn't have 0 turnovers, had like 8 assists, 9 assists. The man can still play at a very high level, and this would benefit the New York Knicks because, as we saw, he has helped Devin Booker so much. He's provided Devin Booker a leadership, a mentor type role, and Devin Booker has finally started to see it and has started to show that he can be a mentor. He can still learn and be a leader, as we saw in one of the timeouts when we were watching the Phoenix Suns versus Los Angeles Clippers game 6, where Devin Booker was holding the clipboard and was telling Chris Paul and his teammates what to do. So that's a leadership role that Chris Paul has helped Devin Booker develop, and he can do that same thing with a Julius Randle. He can do that with RJ Barrett, develop them and help them get better, which is exactly why the New York Knicks should go after Chris Paul. But now that he wants to decline his $44.2 million team option, what can the New York Knicks do to get Chris Paul? So Chris Paul is reportedly looking for a multi-year deal, somewhere in the range of 3 years, $60 million. And if you can do that, I would go for him. You know, the third year can be a team option because he will be 37, 36 years old, and he will definitely be regressing a lot. But even having Chris Paul at 36, 37 years old is still going to be a lot more than what a young point guard can offer because of his leadership skills for RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. Now, the New York Knicks should definitely go after Chris Paul because he offers a lot. His leadership, he can still play make at a high level, can still score the ball. His mid-range game is one of the best in the league and one of the best to ever come out and do it. So should the New York Knicks go after Chris Paul? Only if the contract is right, because there were reports and rumors before the Phoenix Suns, before last year, we potentially had a trade ready for Chris Paul, the OKC Thunder, to get Chris Paul. But it didn't work out because Chris Paul wanted to go to the Phoenix Suns, and being a player of his caliber, he has the right to choose where he wants to go to. So if the contract is right and Chris Paul can still perform at a high level, which we don't know if he may be able to, but if you can get him from the right price, I definitely think you should go after Chris Paul, because he can definitely mentor our young guys and provide leadership and give them the ability to become leaders. Because Devin Booker is 25, 26 years old, so Chris Paul is right there at starting of his peak. RJ Barrett is very young still. Julius Randle is going into his peak. He's around the same age as Devin Booker, maybe a couple years older, but he's around the same age to help Julius Randle and help RJ Barrett become a leader, become mentors for young guys, and help the young guys in general, like RJ Barrett, Immanuel, Quickley, Toppin, help the young guys develop, become leaders, and become good guys in the NBA. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this. Should the New York Knicks go after Chris Paul? Do you guys like Chris Paul? How do you guys feel about him finally making the finals? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, YouTube.